the marrow out that pussy.
What's the marrow?
The marrow is when you get close to the bone and just put it out and make them tremor like a dog shitting cinnamon seed. Make you weak in the knees.
What about the booty?
Oh, yeah. I tongue that ass, too. Tongue the hell out that ass. That would skip them off when you shoot that tongue in that ass. Oh! Oh, my God. No, this ain't God. This is Stanley Earth. No motherfuckers, I want to suck them.
Mr. Jacobs, you're on the birth certificate and paying child support for 3-year-old Samar, but say your ex is now telling people that you are not his biological father, and you're suing today to prove that Samar is your son.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Ms. Call, you admit to allowing Mr. Jacobs to name the baby, sign the birth certificate, and pay support for your son, but now say Samar's real biological father is another man, Mr. Daniel Cooper.
Yes, Your Honor.
But Mr. Cooper says there's no way he's your son's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Jacobs, how did you meet Ms. Call?
Well, Your Honor, I met Miss Call on the train, coming back from the gym. She sits in front of me, continuous staring at me. She compliments me on my eyes, and, you know, I said thank you. It's flattering. Like, I've been hearing that since I was little, so it's nothing new. And, you know, getting off the train, she's following me, and she comes upstairs, and, you know, being a gentleman that I am, I like to get to know her. I get to know her. I cook her a meal and everything like that. And hey,
This is after you met on the train?
Yes.
The same day?
Yes, ma'am.
You followed him home, Miss Call?
We watched movies, we talked, we did get to know each other. We did have unprotected sex that night, Your Honor.
The day?
That same
day. You young people running around here having sex, I never heard of such. Just get on the bus, going somewhere, next thing you know, you're in somebody's apartment having sex. Who does that? That's not funny. Now we've got a little person here that doesn't have a clue who his father is. How soon after that did you find out she was pregnant?
I would say about a month or so. You know, coming back home the first time, it was, you know, my neighbor had told me that, you know, a young lady had stopped by to look for you and everything like that. And the next day, she was actually sitting outside my apartment, and she was sitting with a friend. And, you know, she was fat and everything. She was big. And it was like, all right, you know, I'm pretty shocked by it. I asked, you know, would you like to go for a walk and everything like that? And that's when she had told me that she was pregnant and everything. So
That's not true. I was at home. I text Ernest because I was listening to a song by Usher, Confessions. And in the first verse of the song, it says that she was pregnant. She was keeping it. I told him to go listen to it. He texted me back. He said, "You're pregnant?" I told him yes. He started denying the baby straight from the bat. He told me it wasn't his, it was another guy's baby.
Yana,
after that, we stopped talking.
That's not true. That's not true at all. It's not true.
So when she said, "I'm pregnant," did she say, "And you're the father"?
No, she just said that she was pregnant.
And did you assume that she was saying that you were the father, or did you think someone else could be?
Yes, Yana. I assumed that I was the father because, like I said, we had sex a lot, and a lot. So,
Okay, I got that.
It was good. So, I mean, I felt that I was the father at the moment. It was shocking to see her sitting outside, you know, being heavy and everything like that. And, you know, her telling me that she was pregnant, and I was surprised, and I would be happy to be a father and everything like that. But
so now, Miss Call, you say, go listen to this song and call me back. Did you tell him, you are my child's father, I'm pregnant and you're the child's father, or you just tell him to go listen to a song?
No, Your Honor. When he texted me back, and then after he denied the baby, I did explain to him that it was a possibility. There was another guy that could be the father.
So you were honest?
Yes.
So let's move forward a little bit. Take me to the birth. Now, after you find out she's pregnant, did you go to any doctor's appointments? Did you support her through it? Or the whole time you were thinking, I may not be the father?
I would ask her if I can go to the hospital with her. You know, can I come see, could I get a sonogram? She was telling me no.
Really? Did you tell him he couldn't go to the hospital or go to any of the appointments with you?
No, Your Honor. He never once asked me to go to any appointments, and if he did, why? If he's sitting there from the beginning telling me it's another guy's baby, why would he want to go with me to the doctor's appointment?
It's not true at all, Your Honor.
You went from not going to any doctor's appointments to signing the birth certificate.
Yes, ma'am.
How did we get there?
I was there for the whole birth.
The whole thing?
Yes, ma'am.
And you signed the birth certificate?
Correct.
Why did you sign the birth certificate? At that moment, were you sure you were this child's biological father?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were?
Yes.
And why were you sure?
I was sure about it because when she was in the C-section, they had brought Samar out to me and placed me in my arms and everything. And at that time moment when I said his name, he had opened up his eyes and he was looking at me. And at that time, I felt the connection between him and me. And the nurse there told me, like, you know, that's a rare thing for that to happen. You know, usually the babies don't open up their eyes.
Keep their eyes closed, and when he opened his eyes, you felt like that was a sign.
That was a sign, correct. Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Call, did you know he was going to sign the birth certificate? Did you all discuss that?
No, Your Honor. When I woke up...
Did you allow him to sign it?
I didn't know that he signed it. I was in the recovery room. When I woke up, he told me he signed the birth certificate, named the baby, everything. I didn't know nothing about it until I woke up in the recovery room.
Yeah.
So the baby was named and the birth certificate was signed when you
woke up from
Your Honor,
the C-section,
that's not true at all.
It is true, Your Honor.
You all had never discussed the name?
No.
So bottom line is, when you got out of recovery, the birth certificate was signed.
Yes.
And the baby had a name.
Yes.
You found out the birth certificate was signed, Miss Call. Did you say to yourself, oh, wait a minute, because this could be somebody else's baby?
No, Your Honor.
You didn't?
No.
What was your reaction?
I was confused, to be honest. I was confused that he even signed the birth certificate or anything.
Because you thought he would not, because you were very open about the fact that it could be his child and it could be somebody else's.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, that's not true.
Now, Mr. Jacobs, did you understand that by signing that birth certificate, you were acknowledging paternity? You were saying, I am, by executing this, signing my name here, I become the legal father of this child. And do you understand that at that point, it's not even about biology. It's about signing the birth certificate means you're the legal father, and that's how you're looked upon.
Your Honor, nah.
You didn't understand that?
No, I understood that.
Your Honor.
Listen, when I was, hold up. When I was at the hospital, all right, she had, like, I had called my mother when I went to go pick up the car seat. I had told my mom that she had the baby, and she told me not to sign the birth certificate. And, you know, like I said, I felt that it was mine at the moment, that time and moment, because of the connection that we had. So I did sign the birth certificate. I mean, I have the documents right here with me.
I'd like to see that, sir.
All right.
Jerome, will you hand them to me, please? So your mother said, do not sign this. She said, do not.
Yes.
But you signed it anyway.
Correct.
So this is here where you acknowledged paternity, Ernest Lee Jacobs, even though your mother told you don't do it.
Correct. And then,
so your name is on this birth certificate, and you're in this courtroom trying to prove that Samar is your biological child.
Right.
Your Honor, can I say something?
But Ms. Call, now, after he signed the birth certificate, paying child support, he's responsible legally for this child, you're now saying he's not the father.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you truly believe Mr. Cooper is the father?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why?
Your Honor, one of Mr. Cooper's family members showed me a picture of Mr. Cooper when he was 3-year-old. My son is 3-year-old now. They look just alike in them two pictures of Mr. Cooper when he was 3 and my son now now that he's 3.
So you saw a picture?
Yes.
And when you saw that picture, you saw your son?
Yes. And every day I look at my son, he looks more and more like Mr. Cooper. He has his same eyes, same nose, same forehead, same ears. He looks nothing like Mr. Jacobs.
Do you not want him to be the father, or do you not believe?
No, I do not believe he's the father, Your Honor.
Jerome, I think it's time we meet Mr. Cooper, the man she says is
bring him in here.
Samar's biological father.
Can I explain why I feel that I'm the father?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, this is why I feel that Samar is my child. As he's gotten older, I see him doing the same things that I do. He rubs his hands like I do. He does this. He plays with, you know, toys that I played with when I was little. He does some of the things that I do. He's left-handed, and I mean, when I'm there, he comes right to me. We talk, we connect. Like I said, it felt like I had a connection when he was born, and we still connect to this day, being that he's 3 years old, and I'm hardly around because she doesn't want me around.
All right. Mr. Cooper, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
You had a sexual relationship with Miss Call, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
She has testified in court today that she believes that you are Samara's biological father. Do you believe you are
No, Your
her child's
Honor.
father?
No, Your Honor, not at all. Not at all. Because Miss Call, she was real promiscuous. She was out there. She had a crazy reputation.
Did she tell you you were the father, or did she tell you Mr. Jacobs was the father?
Man, she was trying to hint that I was the father, but I wasn't hearing it. I shut it all down. And then next thing you know, she fell back. And I seen her again after she had the baby. So the whole pregnancy,
So when you said she was trying to hint, what was the hint?
she was just like, I'm pregnant, and, you know, like, she was getting a little bigger, but I'm like, man, that ain't mine. You doing whatever you do. Like, you come over here at night and leave in the morning, so.
But that's how you make babies.
Yeah, but she was doing her.
Last I heard, Jerome.
Absolutely true.
So she says she's convinced, though. She says the baby looks just like you, and your family member showed her a picture of when you were 3 years old, and it looks just like Samara. Have you seen this picture?
Yes, I got that picture.
Do you see the similarity?
No, ma'am. Not at all. I don't think he big. I'm real skinny. He was big ever since he came out.
Your Honor, that's because my baby eats. That's why he's so big.
I don't know. When she first had him, he was a little big. I always been skinny. And then I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Have you spent any time with Samara?
No, ma'am. I mean,
Have
when he
you
was
bought
first-
anything for the child?
Yes, ma'am. I bought diapers and wipes before.
You have.
Yes, ma'am.
And formula.
And why were you providing for a baby you definitively said was not yours?
Because she first had him and I didn't know. I just wanted to see him, and she asked me to get the baby some diapers. So I'm like, yeah, why not? You know, I got the money and she needed, so yeah, I'm gonna help her.
So you were helping her, but not necessarily saying,
This my son.
this
No.
is my son.
No.
So did you know that she also had Mr. Jacobs in the picture and that he had signed the birth certificate and was paying child support?
Yes, I found that out after she had the baby. She told me that he signed a birth certificate and that it was his.
Yes.
That what
Yes,
she
sir.
told me?
We actually spoke.
Yeah,
We actually spoke
so-
when I was living in Niagara Falls. We actually had communication, and the same way, I was helping her out, giving her formula and diapers too, and he was telling me that she wanted to do a DNA test, but she never came around to do it. So he didn't really know who the father was, and I was just stuck being the father.
But you want to be the father. You signed the birth certificate.
Right.
When your mother told you don't do it, you did it anyway.
I did.
And you're now paying child support.
Correct. I mean,
And you say you
Your
thought
Honor,
there was a
that's why he doesn't want to
connection.
be the father.
I have information.
What did you bring? You said you have information.
Yes, I have information of me paying child support. I paid.
Let me see that. Jerome, will you hand me this evidence? This is what exactly, Mr. Jacobs?
This is the child support bill. It's me paying.
So you pay child support regular.
I had to pay $15 at first, but some things had happened where now it increased to me paying about $45 a week. So, I mean.
And you pay this every month.
Right. It's weekly, but right, I pay it every month.
And so, Ms. Call, you're allowing Mr. Jacobs to pay the child support, even though you say that Mr. Cooper is the child's father.
Your Honor, I didn't take Mr. Jacobs for child support. The government did.
Well, no. My point
No,
is...
I know.
No, look, trust me. I do know, because that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying to you is, you accept the child support, but you want Mr. Cooper to be the child's father, and he's acting like he doesn't want anything to do with the baby. I'm baffled. I think it's time for the results. Jerome?
Thank you.
Mr. Cooper, you are not the father.
I knew it. I knew it.
Mr. Jacobs, you are not the father.
What the? Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. Calm down.
Whoa.
Review that. You say what?
Miss
Hold
Cole,
on.
you don't seem that surprised. I've sat this bench long enough to know a real reaction. You're not surprised.
There's a couple more people.
A couple more people.
What? Yo, what?
Told you. I was lying.
Okay. Look, it's ain't no shame in the game now. I mean, the results are in. Do you know where these men are? This may require some research on your part because your baby deserves to know who his father is. Mr. Jacobs. Now, you know you should listen to your mama.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You've got a situation on your hands where you're going to have to return to your home state. You are going to have to petition the court in that state to see if the court will allow you to remove your name from the birth certificate, and there's no guarantee. You young people need to get it together. You know, I call you young people because you are. But you're adults. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Court is adjourned.